Hey everyone, so I realized I forgot to record a voiceover for some of these cards that I wanted to share with you. So real quick, while I just intro this video, I'll just let you stare at some Christmas decor I have on my kitchen wall. Basically what I'm sharing with you is some cards that were made by me and my mom that were left over from supplies that I had provided for a card making party that I had had. I didn't do any video footage on it, but Sabrina ended up doing a really wonderful video showing how she created some card kits and how you can have a gathering for a holiday and have family or friends over to make holiday cards, and how you can do some prep work and gather supplies for them to make it a little bit easier if you're working with people that have never made cards before. So I had a lot of fun doing that, and I had leftover supplies. So I had met my mom for a few days in December, and we stayed at a hotel, and I brought a lot of leftover supplies that I had, and we made some cards. We had so much fun, and I thought she did such a great job. So what I'd like to do is share a couple of the cards that I made at my first party, and then the cards that my mom ended up making, and just kind of showcase some of the really cool things that she made. So this first card is one of mine. It's pretty simple. Like I said, I had a lot of pieces prepped, so they were easy just to pick up, select what you want on the front of your card, and glue it down. I wanted to make it really easy. And I love seeing what card makers create that aren't influenced by anything they've seen online. So it was really cool to be able just to provide a card panel, embellishments, ribbon, and just have people literally just be so creative. And I think that's my favorite part about having beginner card makers over to create. So this is one of mine. This is just the inside. I just used some embossing powder to stamp my sentiment and emboss it, add a little sticker. Wanted to keep these cards really, really simple for everyone to not feel very overwhelmed. So I made some very simple as well. I really loved this one. I had some wood veneers, some wood embellishments, and I love embossing them, so I thought this one was really, really pretty. Again, really simple. Yeah, I really liked it, and my mom liked this one as well. So I think the first card I'm going to share here with you is one that she made that was inspired by my card. Oh, this is still my card. This is just some close-ups. I had put this slideshow together a while before making this voiceover, so I don't know what's coming up next. So bear with me here. It's actually Christmas Eve, so I'm recording this to try to get this out in time. So I really, really liked this card. So this next card here is the one that my mom created. Again, I had a pre-cut panel, even some pre-cut little white sized, pieces of paper that you could stamp sentiments on. So she wanted it to say Merry Christmas, and she used red embossing powder, and she picked matching ribbon to go with the whole deer theme. It's so beautiful. I did help her with embossing. She has RA, and some things are hard for her to do with her hands. So when you do host a card making party, sometimes you do end up becoming kind of like the worker or the helper. So I did do a lot of embossing for people just because it's just a lot easier if you know what you're doing. So I did help her with embossing her sentiment and that cute little bird. I did use a lot of my new stamps here, which was really, really fun. So this is the inside of her card. We had a little bit of an incident. She glued the doily a little bit too close to the spine, so I had to trim it, but we covered it up with some washi, and you would never know, and I think it still looks good. And she designed the whole thing herself. She chose placement, and I think she did a really wonderful job. And this is just the way she chose to make her sentiment on the inside. She stamped it on a tag, and again, some more embossing, and it's so cute. This one here, I don't know what happened with the slideshow, so I don't know. This is going to be a quick one here, but this is the front of one of her cards. And my favorite part about it, we used some die cuts that I got at Tuesday morning, but my favorite part about it was how she mixed the red with the mint or teal color. It's a different combination of colors for Christmas, but I love it. And this was the inside. I loved what she did here. So she had a red card panel cut out for the front, but instead she chose 4 different sentiments and stamped them all around the perimeter. Completely her idea. I let her do whatever she wanted, and I think it actually looks really good. And these are my new stamp set. This is using my new stamp set, the sentiments that I got from Hello Bluebird. I really love the typewriter font, and I just think it adds a really nostalgic vintage look. So again, we put some die cuts on the inside, and that was her card. And I love this one here. She used a little Santa Claus die cut, and we embossed that red panel behind him with some, I had a snowflake embossing folder, and then she stamped Jolly, and again, really simple, but just so cute. I love the little peppermint paper on the back. And then this is the inside. My mom tended, oh my gosh, I'm not going to edit this, so whatever the word is. She liked to put things on the left side of the card panel, so I think that was cute, a cute touch that she added. And then this is what was on the right. I had pre-die cut or pre-stamped out some stamps for embellishment. So that little ticket, that North Pole Express ticket, it's just a stamp I had that I used red embossing powder and then cut it out to look like a ticket, and it just added a cool touch. This one was a nice winter themed card. So I had a lot of red and green vintage papers, and then I also had a lot of white and mint, like winter cards. So she made this, and she actually added a little bell on it, and again used a little die cut from the paper collection, just a glue on the front, piece of ribbon, a sentiment, and kept it pretty simple. And I think it's really, really beautiful, and I love how it's just white and silver. And then this is the inside here. Probably my favorite inside of any of the cards. I love that embellishment, the die cut that she used. I just love how the red looks against the silver. I don't know what it is. I think it's just so beautiful. This was probably my favorite part of any of the card, is right here. The way the sentiment and that die cut matches against the inside of that silver paper. So beautiful. This was one that she made for one of her best friends. And I hope she loves it, because I think it's absolutely beautiful. And this is the left side of the card. She used, again, some of my new stamps and made a little winter scene and just used silver embossing powder and kept it very simple. This is a picture I had to just take because she was having so much fun. We had stuff everywhere. So this is a card I created at the end of the night. That little sloth was in the die cut pack, and everyone wanted him to be used, so I threw this card together at the end. He's just hanging out on a branch, and he's so adorable. So that was my card I put together at the end. Stamped a sentiment on the inside, added some cute little stars, and you have a real quick, simple card. And they're just so adorable. So thank you guys so much for watching. Those were my cards that we created just for fun. And hope everyone has a very, very, very Merry Christmas. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.